The big death on The Walking Dead has been revealed, and also revealed is the fact they lied to us for months.
Escandalo.
Okay, here is where I'm going to drop it. There is a spoiler alert in this whole video. Do not, just turn it on mute.
Several spoiler alerts.
If you don't want to be spoiled for the season premiere of The Walking Dead, season 7. So with this, we lost two major characters.
Yeah.
Abraham and Glenn.
Both, like, huge fan-loved characters.
Especially Glenn.
Especially Glenn, he was my boy.
Yeah, and that last shot was really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The little boy.
You know, I might be done with Walking Dead.
A lot of people are thinking that because it's
I don't care
fun to
anymore.
watch
Yeah,
anymore.
like the characters that I really cared about are kind of gone, and like I get it. It's a zombie apocalypse, and the real conflict is between the humans. Okay, whatever. But it's just so depressing and so I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting from it, but it's just gone on too long, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not completely unreasonable for you to feel that way. I think it is good at demonstrating how bleak and terrible this future is. However, audience don't like being immersed in bleakness and depression so much all the time.
Yeah.
There needs to be something redeemable or to give at least a bit of hope. Or
Right.
more than a bit. Let's have a little more hope.
Right. And Abraham
Let's
was
be
that
positive. I think Glenn was that hope. 'Cause
Glenn
he's
was
about
that
to
hope,
be a
yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
He's been there since the beginning almost. Yeah, no, he was in the first episode over the radio.
Yeah.
So we had Michael Cudlitz, who played Abraham on the show, recently talked to EW, and he spoke about, hey, I'm sorry I had to lie, but this is, the whole cast did. So initially over the summer, and after the finale of season 6, we had a lot of talking like, oh, not even the cast knows.
Right.
We don't even know. We just shot all these different things. Truth is, they've all known since about Thanksgiving of 2015.
Yeah.
And they just covered it up that way because, well, as he said it, there are people whose job it is to professionally ruin the TV show for other people. I don't think it's that far. It's not everyone's whole job to ruin TV shows for people.
Yeah.
But there are sites that do report on, what we've seen off set.
And they want to be
people
first.
say meta.
Yeah, they want to be
people are
breaking.
interested. Some people do want to know these things.
Yeah.
Some people don't, and that is fair. So he talked about having to keep this secret because, as you may know, The Walking Dead films in Atlanta, Georgia. And Michael Cudlitz does not live in Atlanta, Georgia. He lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So he had to keep lying to people and say, hey, man, what are you doing in town? And he'd be like, oh, I just got here. Or I'm about to leave.
Right.
Every time. And then he had someone dye his hair red and keep up the beardy mustache.
Yeah. He even lied to the hairdresser saying like, oh, if you dye it here, I can stay in LA for an extra few days before going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so he was in on the joke or the lie.
He did have to tell his wife, though, because she's going to start to question why he's home all the time.
That would have gotten way more elaborate.
Why are you here?
Do you still have a job?
Do you have an issue I don't know about?
My favorite was he would go to the gym and like the receptionist would say like, oh, you've been here for a few days. I'm a fan. You're making me nervous. And he's like, then I had to go to another gym for a couple of weeks. They're catching
then
on.
he had to like hunker down in his home, just like away from the windows, stay away from people. Yeah, but it just, that was on the effort to keep it a secret because the idea that it would be spoiled is terrible to them. Lots of shows have been, spoiled before. Like Game of Thrones, for instance, there are things now from the set that are showing things that you may not want to know about for the next season, or you may really want to know about it. I know about it. I won't discuss it here because I didn't spoiler alert that one.
Right.
But you can look it up if you want to. Have you ever had to lie to keep a secret? About a production?
Yeah, King of the Nerds.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, you had to not say who won.
Yep, for a whole year we were under a silence, like an agreement, and it wasn't lying per se, but it was more of like I don't know, like anything could have happened.
An omission of the truth.
Exactly.
Is a lie.
Yeah. But that's harder because people didn't know who I was like before the show. It's harder when they're watching the show as it's going on. People know who you are, know who to watch, and just being under that scrutiny. And if you mess up, and let something slip somehow, or someone figures out because of you, that's huge on the studio. That's huge against you. Like, they could get into a lot of trouble.
I think I don't know, but I feel like there would be a huge monetary penalty for
For
that.
sure. For Nerds, they told us, one of the PAs was also a PA for America's Next Top Model, that one of the girls let slip that she had like won the whole show, and they sued her for like $2 to $3 million.
What?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know.
I stopped watching after season 2,
Yeah.
so it means nothing to me.
Oh, but then they added men. Anyway.
Okay.
Off topic. Yeah.
I watched
It's real
Adrian
good.
win. And then
that's
I've met her a
season
few
1.
times in real life. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
she's cool.
She's nice. She's really nice. I met her at the movie theater. It was a little awkward. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, how much trouble would you be in if you walked around with like a crown and a king cape? You know?
Yeah. I wonder who won. Not I.
I mean, you didn't.
Or Glenn just walked around.
Ruin
Stephen
it.
Yeun walked around with like his eyeball hanging out and like.
I mean, we all kind
And
of
a baseball
thought
bat,
he might. Because, like, if you look in the meta of it again, which you can do if you're into the show and you want to know these things and you don't care about spoilers, which I do. I do not care about spoilers, to clarify. If you checked his IMDb, he had a lot of stuff on his slate.
Oh,
whereas
right.
most of the cast of The Walking Dead don't have that much. Like maybe a couple products.
Right.
Projects. Productions.
Yeah.
Projects. And it was just like, oh, it's probably him. I mean, it happened in the
Plus,
comic.
in the comic, whenever something's drawing from a source material, like they can either say we're going to ignore this or
but
we're
they
going to.
veer everywhere. I mean,
That's true.
Abraham isn't dead
Right,
at
right,
this
right.
point, So
Yeah.
it's just like, it's muddled
Yeah.
for sure. And it's just like they teased it all last season, and we're just like, put up or shut up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if I appreciate all of this secrecy
Yeah.
on a personal level.
I'm also done with TV shows using deaths of characters as like newsworthy events. Like Game of Thrones kind of made that mainstay, and kind of with Walking Dead too.
Well, because it was groundbreaking when they did it.
Yeah. But now it's kind of like, okay, well now I don't care
Now
about the characters.
I feel like it's just emotionally swerving and pulling you around as opposed to really delivering on storylines.
Yeah.
I did talk about that in the What the Flick review if you want to check that out.
Ooh, cross promo.
Yeah, you're welcome, that channel. Yeah, I don't know if I appreciate all of this commitment to secrecy. Audience, do you? Would you like it better if actors and production people worked really hard to keep secrets under wraps? Or would you prefer if they were just kind of, if that information was out there if you wanted to find it? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.